Okay, guys, it's official. I want to welcome everybody to my show on Mom TV. It is Reinventing Motherhood. So I have had a show with Mom TV for a couple of years now, and it was titled Life Simplified. And they relaunched their whole platform and their whole website and everything. So I thought it was perfect timing to kind of relaunch my own show. So same kind of format, but it's going to be a little bit different. So I came up with Reinventing Motherhood because I just feel the need to have a show where we can just have fun and really chat about the challenges that all moms face. I'm a life coach. I work with frazzled moms over 40. That is pretty much my forte and my passion and my specialty, because that's just the women I think that I attract to my practice. And so it's all about helping them reinvent themselves so that they can feel healthier, increase their energy. They can declutter their home, they can declutter their mind, because we all know when we reinvent ourselves and we feel better and we make some life changes, everybody else feels better. So a lot of times we work on improving relationships with your spouse, maybe with your friends. I'm going to also do some interviews with other moms, other experts, different people from around the country to offer advice on helping you reinvent yourself and feel your best and follow your dreams and get healthier and all those fun things. So all of those taped shows will be on my web series as well on Mom TV that you can watch a recorded version anytime, which is great. So those will be slowly coming into play as well as I do some of those interviews and upload them. So keep coming back to my show page here at Reinventing Motherhood. And you can also follow me on Twitter, Great Life Coach, and follow me on Facebook, and I'll update and do all that fun stuff. So for those of you that are watching as well, I'm not sure if you're watching this recorded, if you can do this or not, but for those that are watching live, I also put a link in the chat room for a survey that I put together for moms. So it's literally like a 2-minute survey. I think it asks like 5 or 6 questions, just trying to give me a feel for what your biggest challenges are as a mom, because I'm going to be putting together some really fun teleclasses, some fun retreats, different programs, and I want to be able to focus on what you want to focus on, whether that be losing weight, improving your relationship, focusing on money, anything and everything. So quick survey, you can just click on the link and you'll also get a freebie, a free fun report on 20 ways to boost your confidence when you fill out that survey as a thank you. So today I was hoping to get some interaction from some of you watching in terms of what your biggest struggles are as a mom, and we could chat about that. I have kind of my top 10 just from people that I've worked with in terms of what their biggest struggles are. So I would love to kind of get a feel for what some of your challenges are, or what's your biggest stressor, angst, anxiety, whatever. So if you would like to chat with me, again, just come join me in the chat room, and I would love to talk with you and have just a more natural, organic dialogue in terms of what's going on with you as well. But I'm going to offer some advice just from the ones that I came up with, and then I'm going to also go over 10 ways to instantly reduce your stress, because I, for one, feel it all the time. Actually, just this week, I woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning, I think pretty much every day this week, just because I had so much on my mind. I go to bed really well, sleep all night, and then I just wake up way too early. And so I know that I've got a little bit too much on my mind that I need to take out of my head and put on paper. But stress, affects us in all different ways. Just our health, obviously, just our level of happiness. I know when I'm stressed to the max, everybody in my family pays the price, unfortunately. So it's some good advice on ways to kind of instantly reduce your stress. Very simple, simple things you can apply to your life. Not a big deal. That's kind of my mojo too, is just simplifying everything. And that was why the name of my show last time, Life Simplified, was because that I just have a simplistic approach, I guess, to helping people make life changes. So that's kind of my passion. So I'm going to offer that as well for you guys. I'm going to go over kind of some of the top 7 ways to instantly reduce stress. So once again, if you're just hopping over, join me in the chat room, because I do not want to just sit here and talk with myself. It's much more fun to talk with you guys. I know a lot of you watch from work or watch from places where you can't chat. That's totally fine. Or if you're watching the replay, that's great as well. But if you're here live, if you have your cup of coffee and you're just hanging out, hop on over to the chat room so you can say hi. And I see that somebody did, so thank you guys. I do not want to talk to myself. It's much more fun to chat with all of you. So thank you, whoever posted that you said I look great. If you actually saw my whole outfit today, you'd probably laugh, because today is one of those crazy days. So luckily you guys are just seeing me from the waist up, but I have a tennis match literally like the second I finish the show. I'm going with my friend to go play some tennis. Thus the ponytail look and the tennis skirt down below, which you can't see. So it's the half and half outfit today. The nice top and the tennis outfit. So I thought you guys would get a kick out of that. So anyway, hop on over to the chat room. So the top 10 struggles that most people discuss in terms of their challenges. And yes, it is a perfect day for tennis. So I don't know if you guys are watching here from Colorado. I know a lot of you watch from all over the place. Sue, yes, it is the perfect day for tennis. I'm going to go enjoy the fall day. Much better than playing in 90-degree weather. So I cannot not agree more. First challenge I think that a lot of moms focus on or deal with is organization or disorganization when it comes to their time. We just feel, and you guys can tell me this in the chat room if you agree, not agree, but our time just gets away from us. You know, when you have kids and when you're running around trying to manage the home, trying to get them from activity to activity, trying to plan meals, do laundry, keep your house clean, work if you're working on top of it, volunteering, going to school, I could go on and on and on. But it seems like our time just gets the better of us and days go by where you have no idea what you just did. So that's a really important, struggle, and something that we can obviously work on and improve. A lot of people will do like a time log, instead of a money log or a food log, doing a snapshot of your time, like how you're spending your time, how you're wasting your time, or maybe where you could find more time. So that's a great idea. Just keep 1 week, a snapshot of your week, literally just every day, hour to hour, what you did, because most of us probably have no idea how much time we're wasting, especially with the computer and the internet. And you get on Facebook and you end up being on there for an hour or 2 hours when you just went to chat or do one thing. So it can get the better of you. So be really aware of that, and just be really conscious of what's taking up your time and making sure that the things that do take up your time are on your high value list in terms of what's most important. Health and weight is obviously another one. You guys can tell me this, those of you that are in the chat room, those of you that are watching, if this is one of your biggest struggles. Time and time again, pretty much 90% of the women and moms that I meet with, that's at the top of their list, because we just don't take the time for ourselves. So thus, me going out and playing tennis, even if it's just for an hour, it's something active just for me that I prioritize, that I make the time for. So making small goals in terms of your weight loss, and not looking at the big picture, and not worrying so much about, oh my God, I have to lose 40 pounds, I can't do it, and just giving up, because that's the easy solution, to do that. Looking at the small goals in terms of what can you just do this week, not even looking at months down the road and how long it's going to take you, but what lifestyle changes can I just make today and this week to improve my health? And that's it. Maybe it's just cutting out all the soda you drink. Maybe it's just putting, a cap on the sugar or the treats or what time you eat. Just small little changes that I guarantee will show you results and last more long-term than just short-term. And I want to say hi to Maria. Maria is in the chat room, and she is joining us. So everybody in the chat room, say hi to Maria as well. Thanks, Maria. I'm really excited to get back into the groove of this. It's been a while. And so, yes, things that suck up our time, Facebook, whatnot, but it's just being aware, putting caps on it, setting a little timer as a reminder maybe. So when you do go on the computer, your timer will go off and it'll just be that little reminder to shut the computer down and go do something else. So it's just little things that we can do to make ourselves more aware of our time and what we're eating and all of those things. So another, I think, struggle in terms of what women deal with is not putting enough time and energy into self-care, right? We have that guilt factor of, oh my God, I shouldn't go get a massage, or I shouldn't go meet with a friend, or I shouldn't go see a movie with my girlfriend. You have that guilt of, I should be here for my kids, or I should do this with them, or I don't want to take away from them, or I don't want to miss their soccer game. I guarantee you there's a lot of soccer games. It's okay to miss one. My kids are competitive soccer players. And yes, I try to get to most of them, but I'm not going to lose sleep over the fact if I don't go to one, because it's just reality and it's okay. And they're going to be fine, and they're not going to remember it years down the road. And if they do, that's okay. They can pay for their own therapy when they need it, because I guarantee all of our kids are going to need therapy one day. I tell that to my kids all the time. And Sue, she also has some good ideas, in terms of just putting a time limit on social media, right? Doing things like kind of multitasking too, doing a couple different things at once. So you're not just on the computer or just doing one task. See what you can do to save yourself some time. Another struggle, you guys can tell me if this is something that you deal with as well, is your marriage and not putting enough time and energy into your marriage. If my husband were here right now, he would walk through this door and he would say, 100%, yes, I agree, that sometimes we just kind of take for granted that we have this amazing spouse next to us as our partner. And we're just kind of tag teaming and going through the motions, and they're driving here and I'm driving here, and one's making dinner and one's doing this. And you just forget sometimes that anything, especially something as important as your marriage and your spouse, needs nurturing, it needs time, and you need to prioritize it. And we've all heard the importance of putting a date night, right? Having that regular date night. And I know some people are really good about that, and it is just a priority, and nothing will get in the way of their date night, and they just do it, and they mark their calendars, and it's set in stone. I would say probably the majority of us that doesn't work as well for, because our weeks change and things come up, and you have activities that kind of come up last minute, especially with kids. But it's just, I think, having a regular get-together once a week where over the weekend you both look at your calendars and you just plan something. Even if it's not a big time commitment, where a whole evening out, meeting for coffee in the morning, or in the middle of the day grabbing a quick lunch together, or meeting and going for a walk in the middle of the day, as a break, just to get some fresh air and some activity and exercise and talk during that time. Anything, it doesn't really matter. I think most people think that when they have a date night, it has to be a whole date night, like a whole extravaganza, which costs a lot of money, takes a lot of time. Then you have to get a babysitter or do this or that. That's a big ordeal sometimes. So my husband and I, we take a lot of walks together. Luckily, we both work out of the home or very close to home, or have very flexible schedules. And so that's just a big priority for us. We'll just meet Go for a walk with the dog, 20, 30 minutes, and we connect, we talk, we get some fresh air, we clear our mind, and it's great. So don't think that you have to do anything specific to connect. But that's a major challenge, I think, for a lot of women and moms especially. And you guys let me know in the chat room if that's at the top of your list in terms of maybe things that you struggle with as well as a frazzled mom. So a couple other ones before I get to the 7 ways to instantly reduce stress, because you guys are going to want these and you might want to jot them down, but they're great tips for reducing stress. But another struggle would be meal prep. And you guys tell me if this is something you struggle with. I know that it's really important to prepare ahead of time. I'm a big proponent of that. Preparing anything and everything ahead of time. So looking at your week again, maybe on a Sunday or a Saturday, and planning your whole week's worth of meals for that week and writing it down, what you're going to have what night, writing down everything you need to get at the store so that you can just go to the store one time and be done with it. Then you know what you're having every night. It's all on a list. Everybody can look at it and know what you're having that night. And it's all laid out for you. You do all the work ahead of time, and then you can just relax. Because I remember growing up, my mom, I swear, would go to the store every single day. Every single day. I think come afternoon, she would think, oh, what's for dinner? She'd run to the store, she'd get something, and she'd come home. And that took a lot of time. That was a major stressor, because then every day you're thinking, what are we going to have tonight? What are we going to have tonight? What are we going to have tonight? So if you can prepare ahead of time, you kind of alleviate that, and you're saving yourself time, you're saving yourself money. And personally, I don't prepare like a big meal every single night, because again, we try to keep things simple, but there will be plenty of nights, like one night a week we'll always have leftovers. One night a week will always be like soups and sandwiches, or one night a week could be pizza and salad. So have some regular items that you just know you have on hand, that is simple to put together. If you're gone, your husband can do it, and vice versa. But it just makes it easier for everybody involved. So I think the whole meal prep thing is also a big deal for people. So that, and then I think the last one is just the stress, just feeling the stress of being a mom and doing so much and running around. And hello, Melody. I just want to say hi. I just see you joined us in the chat room. It's so nice to everybody to like see familiar faces from when I had my show before, because I had just great women that would join me every week and connect and chat. Yes, Melly. So it's so, because it's been a while. It feels like it's been a long time since I've had my show with Mom TV, kind of reinventing and redoing everything. So we kind of put everything on hold until they relaunched. So in the meantime, lots has been going on in my life. I'll give you guys a quick heads up with just kind of all of that for those of you that haven't seen me in a while. And then I'm going to give you the 7 tips to instantly reduce stress. So I now have a, well, I would say a preteen, a tween-ager, 12-year-old son who just started middle school. That could be a whole show in and of itself. Maybe it will be, is how to survive the middle school age or the tween age, for those of you that are going to be going through that. Melly, you have an almost 8-month-old now. Oh, and a sick kindergartner. You have your hands full. Oh my gosh, I remember those good old days. I was just saying, mine's 12 now, and then my daughter is 9. So the whole middle school, the transition actually has been a lot easier than I thought it would be. Thank God. You know, cross fingers, whatever you want to do. But you know, it's just it's a transition. It's different. It's getting used to something different, and so that's a whole nother show. But other than that, keeping busy. You know, kids keeping us busy. Again, sports, activities, whatnot. But all is good. All is good. Very blessed. Nothing to complain about. But we'll have some fun on the show. Like I was telling some of you at the beginning of the show, we'll have the live version, and then I'm going to upload some videos that are pre-recorded so you guys can watch with different interviews from other moms, from other experts, just different people that can offer advice to help you all reinvent your own self in terms of reinventing motherhood. So keep coming back to the Mom TV page, to my page, so you can watch all the different web shows that I'm going to be uploading, because there'll be some really good ones coming up. And then, of course, come back for the live show. So now, guys, I'm going to go over the 7 ways to instantly reduce stress, okay? And tell me, as I go through these, if this is something you actually do, that you actually do some of these things in your own life, because I'd be interested to see how many of us actually do these and practice these in terms of stress, because I know when I'm super, super stressed, everybody feels it. My family feels it. I'm not happy. It really takes its toll. So I do feel lucky that I'm fairly intuitive in terms of knowing myself and that my gut feeling. So I know when I'm getting to that point where I'm just tapped out and when the stress level is getting higher and higher. And so I can kind of reel it back in before it gets too bad. So that would be a whole nother show idea of how to really harness intuition. You guys should let me know if that would be a show that you would like to talk about, because I think just that gut feeling, your intuition, how to harness that a little bit and fine tune it would be a really fun show. So you guys can let me know. I want to provide shows that you want and provide that platform. So, all right, so the first tip, you guys might want to jot these down, is to do a walking meditation. And actually, I do this all the time. So take a break from your life and just get out and take a 20-minute walk, okay? And this is kind of when I do my meditation, because I have a hard time just sitting and meditating. But when I can just get out and do a walking meditation and just focus on your breathing, focus on your intentions, what you want to bring into your life, and also maybe when you go out, first 10 minutes when you're walking, focus on all of those things. And then when you come back for the next 10 minutes, focus on what you want to get rid of, you know, just kind of vent and get rid of all the negative energy, all the anxiousness, all the stress, everything you're worrying about, and just put it out there. It's a really good thing to do that does not take a lot of time. We can all find 20 minutes, I guarantee you. Even if that means you have to ask for help from your spouse or from a friend, 20 minutes, just get out and take a walking meditation. The second way to instantly reduce your stress is to make a date with downtime. So once again, like I was saying, I think most of us feel like downtime is a guilty pleasure, and you feel guilty if you're doing something just for you. It is okay, and quite frankly, I think it's critical to have downtime, to rejuvenate and renew yourself. Like, you really need that for your well-being, just emotional well-being, physical, spiritual, everything. You need that time. So take that time and go outside, listen to some music, maybe do just some yoga poses, or meet a friend for a coffee. Anything and everything that is just downtime for you, and plug it into your calendar. Because if you don't, we all know the time will just get away from us and it won't happen. So get rid of the guilt. It's okay. And really make sure that downtime is a priority for you. The next one is to keep tabs of your stress level. So create some rituals that you know always decreases your stress. Maybe it's Sunday dinners, just always make you feel good. Maybe taking a walk with your dog just decreases your stress. Maybe meeting a certain girlfriend who is really upbeat and positive, always just kind of has a way of just getting rid of all that stress. So know your stress level, know what you can do to decrease it, and then make sure you plug those in to your weekly routine. Have some of those to look forward to, so you know that you're constantly keeping your stress level down and doing things in your life to keep your stress level down. So you guys let me know too in the chat room if you do any of these, or if you have a hard time doing some of these. So the next one, the fourth one, is practice the art of saying no. I work with clients all the time who have a hard time saying no, especially women. We like to please everybody. We don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. We don't want to make anybody mad. So we say yes, 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 yes to everything. Half the things probably to things that we don't really want to do, or that we don't really, it's not, it doesn't make us feel good. We're just doing it out of guilt. So it's okay to say no. It's one of the smallest words. Yes, and you said that, Melly, that's your problem with working extra hours at work. Maybe that you say yes to all these extra tasks, or they throw extra stuff your way and you just say sure, yes, pile it on, pile it on, pile it on. And then you're stressed out, and then you're not really accomplishing the tasks. You're not getting it done in a timely manner. Nobody feels good. Whereas it would be better just to say, you know what, I've got a full plate right now. I'm happy to do that, but that this one will be, put aside for now. That's not going to happen when you want it to, the deadline. So to set some boundaries, and it's okay to say no. I guarantee people respect that more when you're very clear with your intentions and very clear with your boundaries, because they then know when you do say yes, you really mean it, right? And when you say no, that they know. It's just, you can't do it right now. And exactly, Melody, when you have more kids, it's more of, you don't have a choice. You just have to be able to say no, because you simply can't do it all. You have a set amount of time. You have a set amount of energy. There's only one of you. You can only do so much. So just be true to yourself. And when somebody asks something of you, just take a minute and just say, you know what? Do I want to do this? Do I have time for this? Am I excited to do this? And if so, then say, hey, yes, I'd love to. And if you don't, if your plate literally is just too full and you're not even excited thinking about the task, then you say, you know what? I appreciate the offer, but I just can't do it at this time. And that's it. No long explanation, not a big deal. Sue, yes, who just posted in the chat room. She's gotten very good at saying no. Hopefully I've taught her that so she can say no to me much easier, which I totally love. But it does make you a happier person, 100%. The next one, as we're wrapping up here, the show is just a 30-minute show, so it's going to be a little bit more concise and to the point, the live shows. So I want to get in a lot more information than dragging it on for an hour. So the fifth one is to whine just to whine. So that just means it's okay every now and then to complain and to vent. I think as women too, we don't like to do that. And if you're doing it all the time, then there's a problem. But every now and then you have that friend that you trust and feel safe with, and it's okay. Whine, vent, get it out of your system. You're going to feel better, and then you can move on. So it's okay. I give you permission to do that. The sixth one is find inspiration. When you're really stressed out, find something in your life that inspires you, that just makes you feel good. Maybe it's going to that art gallery. Maybe it's taking a painting class. Maybe it's meeting a good friend. For a lot of people, it's volunteering. That fills you up. It makes you realize that life is not all about you and your worries and your concerns. So it's okay, and it feels really good to just do something for somebody else, a selfless act. So that's the perfect thing to do when you're really stressed out, is just do something small for somebody else. It doesn't have to be anything major. And then lastly, eat to combat stress. So this is kind of one of those probably no-brainers that we all know. Certain foods help combat stress. And it can, obviously, stress is going to suppress your immune system. You're going to get sick more often. So focus on eating a really rich antioxidant group of foods every day. Things like berries, apples, beans, potatoes, things that are really high in antioxidants. That's just going to help protect you, especially as we're coming into the fall season, the winter season. There's a lot of yucky stuff out there. So those are my top 7 ways to instantly reduce your stress. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's show. It feels like it went by really quick. But like I said, I'm super excited to be back. I'm really inspired and motivated to provide some good content. And I would love for you guys to let me know what kinds of shows, who you would like me to interview, and keep checking back to my channel, because I will post the interviews on Mom TV so you could watch them anytime. And they'll be with other moms, like I said, entrepreneurs, different women that will help you reinvent your own self. So thank you for joining me today for Reinventing Motherhood. I know I want to say Sue had one more idea. She said when she goes to the store, she gets the fresh veggies, fruit, cuts them up, serving sizes, and puts them in baggies, which is a great idea. Again, that's all about preparation, preparing ahead of time. Love it, Sue, and I'm so proud of you. So thanks for sharing. Thank you guys for spending time with me today. I know how busy all of us are, so that means a lot to me. And you can rewatch the show anytime. It will be on my channel at Mom TV. And I would love for you to share it with everybody else. So you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. I'm going to go play some tennis now, hopefully win. We'll see. I don't know. And I will see you guys next time. So time to sign off. Again, thanks for joining me, Leslie Gail, at Reinventing Motherhood. And I'll see you guys next time.